What's up? What's up, Witty? Yeah, we got a show for y'all today. What's good with everybody? And y'all already know when you come in the building, make sure that you smash that like button. And I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go ahead and play this intro for y'all, and I'm going to be right back in a minute. And like I said, when y'all come in the building, make sure y'all smash on that like button.
They're senior in no department. Speed, power, chance, heart, none. Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Real talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll, what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like Ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time the lesser been black and eyes like Debo.
Like Debo?
And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my evil spins, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8.
7-8.
And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I fuck around, I wear my crown.
Fuck around, I wear my crown.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again. Trill talk like fight fan. There you go talking that boxing again. This trill talk like fight fan. There you go talking that boxing again. Trill talk like fight fan. There you go talking that boxing again. There you go talking that boxing again. There you go talking that boxing again.
Yeah, what it do? What it do? Like I said, y'all smash on that like button when you come in the building and hop in the comments and let me know that y'all in the building. What's good with it? We got a whole lot to cook on today. Oh, yeah, we got a whole lot of cooking to do today. Mr. Reg J, what's happening with it? What's good with you? We got a big weekend. I can't wait till this weekend, you know. I can't wait till this weekend. I'm excited about this weekend coming up. Cassandra Mason, what's going on with it, Queen? Yeah, I can't wait till this weekend. Big weekend coming up. Hey, Mr. Reg J, you got some bread on the fights? You got some bread on the fight this weekend? Let me know if you got some bread on the fight this weekend. And I'm just, you know, wait for these for YouTube to send out these notifications, and we gonna cook. Christopher Jornet, what's good with it? What's happening with it? Yeah, we gonna cook today. And like I said, when y'all come in the building, make sure that y'all smash on that like button.
A little over 24 hours to go for their big title fight.
Oh shit! They just weighed in. Hold on, I'm gonna have to run this weigh-in back. Canelo and Billy Joe just weighed in. Hold on, let me see what this weigh-in looking like. Oh yeah, Cassandra, he gonna put a whooping on that boy. He gonna beat that boy, and everybody know he gonna beat that boy. I'm looking at this weigh-in, y'all. You see what this weigh-in talking about? Y'all seen the weigh-in yet? Oh yeah, Christopher Jonette. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you, man. Bud and Bomac, they ain't moving right. You know what I'm saying? I tried. Well, I tried to tell you, man. Motherfucker, Canelo came out in some goddamn silk pajamas. Canelo came to the weigh-in in some silk pajamas on. That's how you know a motherfucker gonna beat your ass. You come to the weigh-in in some silk pajamas. That's how you know shit gonna get real. Damn, that crowd crazy. This crowd is crazy. Have y'all seen this weigh-in yet? This crowd is crazy. This shit popping. Yeah. And Billy Joe looking good though. That nigga Billy Joe looking, he in some shape. 167.8 Billy Joe. That motherfucker in some shape. He on that goddamn nasal spray again. And this motherfucker Canelo ripped up. All right, some people say Canelo on that goddamn meat. I don't know, but it's an even fight either way. Canelo, he ripped up. Motherfucking abs look like somebody painted his abs on. What's good with you, Stan Swish? What's happening with it? Canelo 167.4. 167.4. That motherfucking crowd is lit. Ain't damn motherfucker out in that crowd got a mask on. COVID, I guess COVID don't exist in Dallas, Texas. Motherfuckers in Dallas, there, I guess COVID don't exist. Be that bitch, what's going on? What's good with you, Queen? And like I said, when y'all come in the building, smash on that like button. Let me see this face off. Yeah. Yeah, they finna, Canelo finna fuck him up tomorrow night. Robert Drummond, what's happening with it? Oh yeah, be that bitch. I'm good always. Watching this weigh in. I'm just watching this weigh in. Real quick. They both look in tip-top shape though. They both look in hella good shape. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Billy Joe might go in there. Hey, Billy Joe, he might come in tomorrow and he might be on this shit. He might be on this shit. I don't see him fucking with Canelo, but Billy Joe just might come in on his shit tomorrow. That crowd is crazy. That shit. I ain't seen a weigh-in with this many people at the motherfucking weigh-in since Mayweather. Shit. Hey, PLG Sky say the PED Bowl 2021. You crazy as hell. Hey, that motherfucking crowd crazy though. Damn. Yeah, Cassandra for sure. Both of them look in tip-top condition. Aish was born ready. Aish was born ready. Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all know why they ain't let the motherfucking British people come to the fight. See, they talking about because of travel restrictions. Nah, they ain't let the Brits come to the fight because there's too many Mexicans there, and they ain't want all those brawls in the crowd. If the British people had came to that fight with all of the Mexicans there, it would have they wouldn't have been able to control that shit. It would have been so many brawls in the crowd, they wouldn't have been able to control it because y'all already know how the Mexican fans get. You know what I'm saying? You know how they get already. And then them Brits, they like to be real loud and you know what I'm saying? They extra with the shit. So they couldn't have put no British fans and all the Mexican fans in Dallas Stadium like that. Nah, they couldn't have did it. Yeah. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and, get the show started off. Since we are on Canelo, I was listening to Canelo. He did an interview the other day, and he was just saying, they was asking him about the ring situation. Like, basically they was asking him like, hey, is it true that you told Billy Joe that it was cool, you know what I'm saying? You had agreed with Billy Joe that it was cool for him to have a 24-foot ring. And he was like, I don't know what his team agreed with. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he got to get with his team. He was like, I don't know what his team went back and told him. He was like, that shit ain't had nothing to do with me. He said, I would have fought the motherfucker in a 30-foot ring if he wanted to. Shit, he said, I would have fought the motherfucker in a fucking empty Dallas stadium and chased his ass around. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't caring about the ring, he said. But he did make a good point. He says, Billy Joe Saunders has never fought in a 24-foot ring before. Why all of a sudden now, when he fight me, he want to all of a sudden fight in the 24-foot ring? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden now, he ain't never fought in the 24-foot ring before, but now all of a sudden, when he fights me, you asking to fight in the 24-foot ring? What type of shit is that? Like, and then my thing, right, is what would make you think that they're gonna accommodate you to fight in the 24-foot ring? Hold on, let me pause this so I can go back and watch it. In the 24-foot ring, right? All of a sudden, and you never fought in the 24-foot ring in your whole entire career. What would make you think that they're gonna make that accommodation for you? So I kind of asked myself, was this Billy Joe Saunders really thinking that he was gonna be able to fight in the 24-foot ring and that they was gonna make that accommodation for him? Or was he trolling? Was he just doing extra shit to try to get up under Canelo's skin during fight week? You know, what y'all think? Y'all think that Billy Joe really thought that he was going to be able to fight in the 24-foot ring, or was he just doing extra shit to try to get up under Canelo's skin? Mike Ron said Billy Joe footwork isn't as fast as it was. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know because he ain't fought nobody. Mo Bean, what's happening with it, fam? What's going down with it? My man Mo Bean say he just playing head games. And you know what? Them head games, it might have worked against him. It might have worked against him because all he really did is aggravate. All he really did is aggravate Canelo, right? And make it to where now Canelo is taking this shit personal. You know what I'm saying? He taking it personal. And to me, really, when you got when you got when you got a certain level of opponent in the ring, they know how to, right? They know how to get pissed off and make it personal, but not lose their cool, right? And stick to their game plan in the ring. They just more focused on hurting you now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how this is gonna play out for Billy Joe, but it could play out in Billy Joe's favor. It could have Canelo pissed off, you know what I'm saying, chasing him around the ring, throwing big shots, and you know, and Billy Joe could, you know what I'm saying, capitalize on that. I doubt it, because Canelo, to me, he just seems real calm and collect. So even though he's taking this whole ordeal personal with Billy Joe playing all these fucking mind and head games, I still think when he get in the ring, he gonna be on his A game. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just gonna make him more of a killer. And I'm gonna put an example, right? I'm gonna make an example, right? If y'all go back, and what's good with you, Renee Box Young? What's happening with it, fam? Y'all go subscribe to my man Renee Box Young, always putting out great content. What's up with you? My take on this, right, is that, right, I'm gonna make an example. Hold on, I'm gonna make an example. If y'all remember when Canelo fought Cotto, if y'all remember when Canelo fought Cotto, right, in that fight, he had Cotto basically done. Cotto was cooked, right? But for some reason, he let Cotto survive in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He let Cotto survive. You know what I'm saying? He had something in his heart for Canelo. And to me, if y'all go watch the fight, he kind of carried Canelo throughout those later rounds, you know, because I was like, yeah, Cotto's done. He could get Cotto up out of here anytime, and he kind of let off the gas on Cotto and kind of let him survive. You dig what I'm saying? He let him survive. Now, if Cotto had got up under Canelo's skin and he had felt the same way about Cotto that he do about Billy Joe, then ain't no way that Cotto was gonna be able to survive that fight. He would have got Cotto up out of there. So now that's my thing. Like, now you done pissed him off. And when he gets you hurt now, because you better believe that he is going have Billy Joe Saunders hurt. When he gets Billy Joe hurt, he going for the kill. He not gonna let up off the gas on him. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna let up off the gas. But hold on. Mr. Sheldon, Cotto got his motherfucking ass beat. Hey, yeah, Mr. Sheldon, I don't know what you talking about. Cotto went in there and got it. Canelo beat the shit out of Cotto. And like I said, Canelo, he could have easily got Cotto up out of there. But you know, I mean, sometimes we don't see the best Canelo too. Look at Canelo in the Daniel Jacobs fight. You know what I'm saying? If we get the same Canelo in the same mind frame that he had, in the same Canelo that came into the Daniel Jacobs fight, even though that he beat Daniel Jacobs clearly, that wasn't no killer in the ring that night. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, that wasn't no killer in the ring that night. You know what I'm saying? Like that night when that Canelo that I seen in the ring against Daniel Jacobs, that was just let me do enough to win. If we get the let me do enough to win Canelo in the ring, Billy Joe might have a chance. But if we have the killer in the ring that's gonna go in there and try to wreck some shit, he ain't got no chance. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on what Canelo that we get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mr. Show, he won. Nah, he beat the shit out of Cotto. Go back. You might need to go back and watch that fight. Like he fucked Cotto up. Yeah, Cotto might have had some moments, but Cotto got his ass beat. Damn, Daryl Delos said he got Canelo in 4 rounds. I don't know about all that, but shit. What's good with you, Batman? He said Canelo not great like y'all saying. Nah, see, I think, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I think a lot of y'all just be hating on Canelo. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of y'all be hating on Canelo because y'all can't tell me, right, that a lot of these motherfuckers that y'all be coming on acting like they great, it's great. And you gonna tell me that because they haven't done more, and I'm gonna keep it 100, right? They ain't done more than Canelo have in the sport. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it real. A lot of these niggas that you come out here praising, they ain't done half of what Canelo done in the sport. But y'all act like that they great. Y'all act like they great, but then y'all don't want to give him his props. Let's keep it 100 straight down the board. Give him his props. Give him his props. You know what I'm saying? Because that's y'all doing the same shit, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I don't hold my tongue. A lot of y'all doing the same shit, right? That they was doing to Floyd Mayweather, right? A lot of the shit that Canelo do, I don't like. I'm not finna sit up here and cap and act like that. A lot of the shit that he do, I don't like. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask any of the fighters in the fighting game, any of his peers in boxing, they gonna tell you. All of them said Stevenson, Jermell Charlo, Errol Spence, all of the big hitters tell you Canelo, like, yeah, he's nice like that. He's nice like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta put that just because you don't like somebody to the side and give him his props. You know, because I'm sure gonna have to, like, I was the same way. I'm not finna lie. I couldn't, like, Canelo, I wasn't fucking with him at all, right? I wasn't fucking with him before he fought Triple G the first fight. I wasn't fucking with him because I actually felt just like Blue feels right now. And I argue people down. Me and my partner, he was a big, huge Canelo fan. Me and my partner used to go at it for hours at a time debating on Canelo because I used to say to him, I said, the motherfucker's never gotten no better. I said, how can you tell me that he's gotten better when you look at his competition? You know what I'm saying? At the time, this is before he fought Triple G. This is how I felt. I said, because he's fighting motherfuckers like Liam Smith, James Kirkland, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., motherfucking Amir Khan. I said the motherfucker ain't fighting nobody. Ain't no way you can sit up here and tell me that he's gotten better, because he ain't. And I said that Triple G, I said he gonna go in there against Triple G because he was ducking him. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? I said he gonna go in there against Triple G, and Triple G is gonna knock his ass out. I bet $10,000 on the fight. I bet my boy $10,000 that Canelo was gonna knock out Triple G. I mean, Triple G was gonna knock out Canelo in that first fight, right? But he made me a believer. Now, after the fight was done, right? After the fight was done, I was pissed off because I told my partner, I said, you got away with one. You know what I'm saying? We ended up breaking even because it was a draw, but I said, you got away with one. I said, you know, Triple G won that goddamn fight, right? And he was laughing because he's like, yeah, man, I don't know. He was like, yeah, man, but shit, you know. So anyway, fast forward, right? Fast forward. So I ended up watching the fight back. And I watched it probably like 5 times right off the bat. And I'm like, damn, the fight really was a draw. The fight was a draw, you know. The fight really was a draw because I scored it a draw. Then I kept watching and I'm like, damn, this fight was a draw. So the second fight, right? The second fight, he goes and fight Triple G when Triple G crying about, you know, he running and Mexican, you want to fight in Mexican style. Then he came and fought Triple G in a whole different style than he did the first time. I couldn't do nothing but give him respect. I said this much, but I was looking at the skills, right? I looked at the skills and I looked at the skills that he displayed and what he was doing in the ring. I looked past all that other shit, right? And I had to break down and I had to give him his respect. And I'm like, this motherfucker has gotten better and he can fight. So a lot of y'all saying, oh, well, he see, Mr. Sheldon, you can't come in here with that, oh, just PEDs and duck shit. You can't come in here with the PED shit, because if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna come in here with PEDs, you got a lot of your favorite fighters, they got busted for PEDs. So this is what I don't do. If a fighter get caught one time, right, and then after he get caught, he looks the same or better, I'm not gonna say now if he get caught multiple times, then fuck it, he a PED user, right? He a PED user. You get caught multiple times. But one thing about Canelo, after he got caught on PEDs, right? He ain't never tested again positive, and he looked better after he got caught on the shit. So after they start extensive, the very next fight after the PEDs, right? He looked better after that. So this is what I'm gonna say. You can't see, a lot of y'all like to pick and choose when you want to say some shit. So you can't say, okay, Canelo is on PEDs, and I'm gonna just say his whole career is because he took PEDs. All of his skills and everything he do is because he's on PEDs. Because if you're gonna say that shit, y'all got to keep the same energy and say it about a whole lot of your favorite fighters. You got James Toney. Then if you're gonna say that, well, James Toney wasn't shit. He was never shit. He was on PEDs. Holyfield was never shit. He was on PEDs. Goddamn Barrera wasn't shit. He was on PEDs. Motherfucking Felix Trinidad was never shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to say the same shit about a lot of your favorite fighters. Shannon Briggs was never shit. He was on PEDs. And we can just keep going on and on and on. So I can't say that, because if I say that about Canelo, then I got to say the same shit about a lot of fighters that I loved coming up watching the sport, right? Now, like I said, you can say that if you get caught more than once, well, then you a motherfucking PED cheat. And y'all can say whatever you want. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to put that shit beside. Like, see, y'all be on that because I don't like a fighter. Then I got free reign to just say anything. Well, you're not keeping it 100 straight down the board, because you ain't saying it about the next fighter that did the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, in Batman, I do think that he do some fucking cherry picking. You know what I'm saying? He do some cherry picking, right? But but you still can't sit up here and tell me that the motherfucking skills, he don't have elite skills and he ain't a hell of a fighter. You can't say that. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it's up to they said the same thing about Floyd Mayweather. I never agree with that. Motherfuckers said, oh, Floyd Mayweather cherry picked, right? They say this shit about they say this shit about Errol Spence right now, and he fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? They say Danny Garcia cherry picked, but go look at his resume. So you know what I'm saying? We can't say that, but at the end of the day, who else in boxing got a better resume than he do besides motherfucking Pacquiao that's active? You said J.A. said you need to know if they drug tested for the fight. Well, if they didn't drug test, shit, both of them on it then. If you want to put it like that, I mean, see, Mr. Sheldon, this ain't got nothing to do with because he not no black fighter. You know what I'm saying? To me, I'm gonna say fuck Canelo because he not no black fighter. That shit ain't got nothing to do with that to me. Like, I don't watch boxing to see if this nigga a black fighter, if he ain't. Like, I'm watching boxing because the motherfucker ain't a black fighter. That don't make me say, oh, well, I don't like him because he ain't no black fighter. Because the shit that because when you do that shit, well, we doing the same shit that they do. Them motherfuckers that come and shit on black fighters just because they don't like black fighters, if you do that shit, then you in the same boat that they doing because now you doing the same shit that we talk about them doing. Them motherfucking trolls that come under the comments, black fighters this and black fighters that. If I start doing that shit to Mexican fighters and white fighters, then I'm doing the same shit that I'm talking about them bad for doing to black fighters. I'm not finna do, like, y'all can do that. I'm not finna do that. Like, I look at a fighter's skills. I look at who they fight and what they did, you know what I'm saying? And then I make, you know, if I like them or not, if I like to see them fight. I'm not looking to see if they black or if they ain't black. Like, that ain't, if you can fight, you can fight, dog. You know what I'm saying? If you can fight, you can. I'm not finna do that. Cassandra say Triple G won that first one. Nah, fuck Triple G. And see, now me, I say fuck Triple G, right? But see, you are right, Mr. Sheldon, when you say that WBC changed the rules for Canelo, right? You is right. But that's on Mauricio Suleiman. Tell Mauricio Suleiman, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Because Canelo only gonna do what they allow him to do. You dig what I'm saying? Canelo only gonna do what they allow him to do. So me, when you ask me, I don't like Mauricio Suleiman. Fuck that crooked bastard. You know what I'm saying? He a fucking crook. I don't like him for a lot of the shit that he let Canelo do. And other fighters that's the same, you know what I'm saying, that's Mexican like him. But, you know what I'm saying, it ain't on the fighters. That's on him. He's a fucking crook. If a motherfucker say, right, if a motherfucker say, look, you know what I'm saying, Key, you know what I'm saying, you can come in the fight, you can weigh a pound over. Don't even worry about cutting that pound, but he can't. Well, shit, if they let me do it, I'm going to do it. That's on them. That's on them for letting me do it. But see, y'all saying apparently Holyfield was on something. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Holyfield was on some PEDs. But I'm not finna, and Holyfield is one of my all-time fighters, right? But I'm not finna shit on Holyfield whole career, and every time somebody say something about him, say, oh, PEDs. Nope. Well, Holyfield, you know what I'm saying? Holyfield was great. You see Holyfield when he went in there and beat Riddick Bowe the second time, and he beat Mike Tyson, and he beat motherfucking Larry Holmes, and he beat George Foreman, and he beat Ray Mercer, and you know, and then every time somebody say something, praise Holyfield, fuck him, he was a PED cheat. His whole career, he did it because he was, you can't say that shit. Because if you sitting on here saying, oh, you know, this, and that, you got to even understand what clenbuterol is. A lot of y'all saying that. And so you can't take that man's whole career away from him because he got caught with clenbuterol in his system, which is a fucking, it's something to help you cut weight and the, you know, keep lean muscle on, right? That's what it does. You can't take away from all of that man's hours in the fucking gym, all of his dedication that he put in the sport, and take that shit away from him. You can't fucking do that. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that. That's just like somebody coming to your fucking profession, right? That you didn't work hard at or whatever you do, right? And take everything away from you just because you made a mistake once in your life. Now, like I said, if you a fucking Jarrell Miller, right? If you a big baby Jarrell Miller or whoever else, you know what I'm saying? If you a motherfucker like that continuously keep getting popped, like I said, the second time you done with me because, okay, the first time you did some shit, you got caught, you was trying to be slick, but then, you know, they ain't never caught you again, you cleaned it up, right? Now, if you continue to keep getting caught or get caught a second time, well, then, you know what I'm saying? That ain't no fucking mistake. That ain't some shit that you just did for a little bit and you stop. Nah, you like, that's what you do. That's what you do. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Boxing fans, you know what I'm saying? And I fuck with y'all, but I'm going to keep it real. Boxing fans, y'all like to pick and choose who y'all shit on and then who y'all don't. Because y'all done seen me come in here and shit on Canelo. I've shit on Canelo before, but when he deserved praise, you know, I give him his shit. Let me see. Bumpy Thompson say I wasn't a fan of none of them. See, this is what the thing is, man. See, y'all trying to move the goalposts. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about just them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Be that bitch say, my connection is crazy here in BFE. This area sucks. Glad I won't be. She said, glad I won't be here much longer. About to hit the road again soon. Okay, safe travels too. Safe travels to you. Y'all just got to be consistent with this shit. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all got to be consistent with this shit. Young Murs say he does duck around sometimes, but I actually like his fighting style in the ring, though. Yeah, like to me, you ask me, I'm gonna tell you all day. He should have been in fought at least one of the Charlos. You had both of them motherfuckers at 154. That bullshit that he was pulling at 154 was some straight hoe shit. Well, I can't fight you at 154. I gotta fight you at 155.5. I ain't like that shit. A lot of shit that he does, I don't like. You feel me? But I'm not going to sit up here and say that he's not a great fighter, that he don't got some fucking elite skills. And I'm not going to sit up here and put every time he wins, well, it was because he's on PEDs. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't, because if I did that, then I got to do that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? If I did that shit, I got to do that to a whole lot of fighters. But like I said, see, y'all say that, well, he ain't got no better. He can't fight fighters that can box and move, right? This is the shit that where y'all contradict yourself and it don't make sense to me. You say that Canelo cannot fight fighters that box and move, right? Now, in the past, years ago, he showed that those type of fighters cause him problems. Mayweather, Lara, right? But y'all got to understand, Mayweather is arguably the best fighter that ever stepped in the ring. Arguably, right? Some people think he is. Some people think he, you know, right below or whatever, you know, wherever you got Mayweather at, right? Then you have Lara. Both of them fighters was fucking elite. Top level fighters. It don't get too much higher than that at all, right? So it ain't no fucking shame being 22 and 23 years old, losing to fucking Canelo. I mean, to losing to Laura or Mayweather. Ain't none of y'all saying shit about Paul Williams getting the shit beat out of him by Laura. Ain't nobody saying shit about Paul Williams getting the shit beat out of him by Laura, right? None of y'all say nothing about that, right? Mayweather, 50-0, beat everybody ass. Ain't none of y'all saying, well, ooh, such and such ain't shit because Mayweather beat him. The motherfucker beat everybody. So y'all got to keep that same energy. It ain't nothing. It ain't no fucking shame to losing or having a very close fight with Laura and losing to Mayweather. Because everybody else that lost to Mayweather, well, shit, it was Mayweather. He was supposed to lose. You feel what I'm saying? And anybody that thought Canelo was going to go in there, I was at the fight. I was at that fight. And I won a lot of money. I ain't win a lot of money on that fight, but I won a lot of money on the Danny Garcia fight that was on the undercard, right? But anyway, I don't even know why people even thought that Canelo could beat Mayweather. Like, Mayweather was supposed to go in there and beat his ass. Come on, man. He wasn't on that fucking level. He'll never be on no Mayweather level. Daryl DeLoe says, I agree with everything you say. I watch boxing because I like it. Yeah, man, I don't watch boxing for all that other shit just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that shit, man. I don't follow nobody. I go to my own beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just ain't never did that shit, you know? I like the sport of boxing. Mo Bain say, do you have the same energy with Bones Jones? And see, this is the thing. Like I said, myself, Bones Jones, he been, you know, called on a lot of times. But me personally, when you talk about John Jones in the UFC, can't nobody tell me that John Jones, right, what he did in the UFC, you could delete everything that he did in the UFC, right? Because of the PEDs that he got caught on, right? I think that John Jones was the best before he even fucking touched the PED. You know what I'm saying? I think that Johnny Jones was the best. You could just look at his skills. You know what I'm saying? You could just look at his skills. Okay, Batman. You say, when was the last time Canelo did something great, right? When was the last time any of these niggas in boxing that you root for right now did something great? Let me know. I'll wait. Besides, and I don't even think you fuck with Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo did something great. But when was the last time any of these niggas besides Teofimo and Errol Spence did something great? When was the last time any of these dudes besides Teofimo Lopez and Errol Spence did something great? I'll wait. Renee Bachchan says, facts, I agree. Facts, Keon, I agree. I don't pay attention to race. I see skills and performance in the ring. That's what we supposed to be watching boxing for. You know what I'm saying? Now, I root for my fighters. I root for my people, but I ain't going to just like, oh, no, I don't fuck with them because, you know, shit. They don't like black fighters, so I ain't going to like them. I don't do that shit, man. I just watch the sport because I like boxing. And you know, been involved in boxing throughout my life, and I'm just, you know, I don't do that for all of that. Cleo Floyd says boxers would still give him trouble. He's smart. He's smart though. He said he's smart though, so he knows how to cut the ring off. Danny Jacobs was very competitive, as well as GGG and Kovalev. Canelo is a great fighter, but there are some competitive fights out there. Yeah, but this is boxing. You know what I'm saying? This is boxing, dog. When you get to that A level, right? When you get up in level, right? Fights are supposed to be competitive. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I go back to. People, right? People go, right, and do the same thing to Canelo that they cry about, that, you know what I'm saying, other fans was doing to fighters that they like. You know what I'm saying? Because every time Mayweather was in a competitive fight, oh, Mayweather got his ass beat. Or people talk like, look at the level of competition he fighting. Look how they did Errol Spence when he was in competitive fight with Sean Porter. They shit on him. But look at the level of competition that he's fighting. So when you get to that level, yeah, this shit gonna be competitive. I don't know no fighter in the history of boxing that once they moved up to the A level that just ran through everybody and didn't have no competitive fights. It don't happen. It don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Renee said he's behind on the string, his computer lagging. My man Batman say, no, I'm saying he ain't that great, because when he's supposed to fight these guys, he wait till he see a cheek. He wait till he see a chink in their armor. Hey, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's like I said, I don't agree with everything he do, but he is a great, because see this, and this is the thing, right? Y'all can't sit up here and say, oh, well, Terrence Crawford is pound for pound. And I'm not talking about you, right? I'm not talking about you, Batman, but I'm saying boxing fans overall in general, because people will sit there and say that Terrence Crawford is number one pound for pound, right? He this, and that, right? And you go look at his motherfucking competition, his resume that he fought, and you like, well, how is he number one pound for pound? And they tell you, well, it's because of the eye test, because of the skills, right? So you can't sit here and tell me some shit like that and then say that Canelo, well, Canelo ain't all that. He ain't this and he ain't that, right? But you say that Terrence Crawford is because, oh, well, it's the eye test. You can see it from his skills. So you're going to tell me that you can't see all the skills that Canelo got? Come on, man. And see, one thing y'all can't say about me is that I switch the narrative depending on what fighter it is, because I keep it 100 all the time. It don't matter if I watch a fighter or if I don't. Yeah, Batman, you right. I forgot, and I apologize for that. I forgot to say Jermell Charlo when I said what fighter is doing great things in boxing besides did something great in boxing besides Teofimo Lopez, Jermell Charlo, and Errol Spence. Rest of them motherfuckers y'all like, they ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? That Wilder, my bad, I'm gonna put Wilder in there because that's great. That's doing something great when you defend the title for that long. You feel me? But 98% of these fighters ain't doing shit great in boxing. You know what I'm saying? 98% of your favorite fighters ain't doing shit great in boxing, and that's just a fact. It is what it is, you know. So when we talk about this shit, we got to keep it, you know, we got to keep it on the even level, you know. We just do. That's just how I see it, you know. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't moving right. A lot of these fighters ain't moving right. So we can't just single out Canelo as because a lot of these fighters is not moving right. And y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know I ain't lying. So you say that Canelo ain't got no better, that he can't fight, right? You say that Canelo ain't got no better. Navarrete ain't did shit great to me. And what's good with you, my man, Knockout Boxing 86 TV? Y'all go subscribe to my man, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, putting in that work. What's happening with you, Chris Mitchell? What's happening with it, fam? what was I saying? A lot of these fighters, they ain't fucking moving right. They not. So you can't just single out one fighter and say, oh, well, Canelo ain't this and he ain't doing it, because a lot of these fighters ain't fucking moving right. You feel me? So is they following Canelo footsteps? What is they doing? Because a lot of them ain't moving right. But you can't come in here and tell me that, right? If you say that he ain't got no better, see, and I'm gonna break it down like this, right? If you say Canelo ain't got no better, he the same fighter that he was back then when he fought Lara and Mayweather, right? He's just been avoiding fighters that can move, right? He been okay. You can say that. I don't have no problem with you saying that, right? But you can't say that, and then when he fight a fighter that supposedly can move and box and do all that, then you come and say, oh, well, he gonna beat the shit out of him. Well, why? Why are you picking him to beat the shit out of Billy Joe when you said that he never fights fighters that can move, which is the truth? That's a true statement. He never fight fighters that's athletic and can move and box, right? But then you're not gonna give him no credit for beating Billy Joe, a motherfucker that's 30-0 that can move and box. I don't understand. And then, right, then afterwards, if he beat Billy Joe, he got to fight Caleb Plant. He's supposed to fight Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is slick in a motherfucker. He can move. He can box. He can do all that shit, right? Caleb Plant do all of that, right? Now, y'all sitting in the same ones that I hear say this shit. Then, well, motherfucking he can't beat Canelo. He can't beat Canelo. Caleb Plant can't beat Canelo. Canelo gonna whoop Caleb Plant. Well, who the fuck you want to give him credit for? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's going to, I think that Caleb Plant got the best chance of beating Canelo. That's just me personally. So if he fuck around and beat the shit out of Billy Joe and then beat Caleb Plant, I can't say shit bad about the man. I can't say shit bad about him, because at that point ain't nobody else doing shit like that but Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence at this point in time. Straight up. So you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, we go back to the same shit that they was doing to Floyd. Well, Floyd ain't doing this, and then Floyd beat this dude that everybody say that, you know, he was scared of this and that. Floyd whoop him. Well, Floyd, well, and they keep moving the goalposts and keep moving the goalposts. Y'all doing the same shit to Canelo if he go out there and do that. Knockout say my knock is the picking and choosing with Canelo. It's great. He's going for undisputed. He says, where was the energy at 154, 160, 175? That was my issue with him. And like I said, man, y'all all have points when you say that. You dig what I'm saying? You all have great, because I've said the same shit. I say the same shit. You feel me? So I agree with y'all when y'all say that. Right? Like I give credit where credit is due. And then I'll tell you when a fighter needs to be fucking criticized, right? So I agree with what you're saying. But you can't sit there and say, oh, well, he ain't this and he ain't that and he ain't that good. And you can't say that shit. Because who else is doing shit that he doing? The skills and everything. Because none of these other niggas is doing that shit. You got motherfuckers that's running behind Canelo, right? Like Demetrius Andrade. Let's keep it 100. You got motherfuckers like Demetrius Andrade, right? That's running behind Canelo. You got fucking Jermall Charlo, and Charlo my dude, but let's keep it 100, right? Running behind Canelo, right? But they ain't doing shit, and they fucking, like, who the fuck they beating? What is they doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, once again, you got Demetrius Doodoo Andrade running behind Canelo, this, and that, right? This motherfucker is having tough fights with fucking C-level competition. You know what I'm saying? You over here having tough fights with C-level competition, right? Then you got Jamal Charlo, which is my dude, but let's keep it 100. What the fuck is he doing? He fighting a fucking D- class fighter. He fighting club fighters and shit. So come on, bro. You can't and then y'all gonna say that, oh well, Canelo ain't Canelo. Well, they ain't doing shit. So you know what I'm saying? They not doing shit. So let's keep it 100 all across the board. Eric Gomez say facts. Floyd hate was real and the same now with Canelo. Yeah, that's real shit. That's just facts, you know. But y'all hit my like button. Y'all smash on that like button. Real talk. Randall Bivens say all those fighters who Billy Joe Sanders fought were headhunters. Canelo isn't that type of fighter. UK fighters have issues with body punchers. He said Kell Brook and Khan. Yeah, we gonna see. Like, and I'm not finna sit up here and lie to y'all, right? I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all and act like when he said that he was gonna go fight Billy Joe Saunders next, that I was excited about the shit. Because if y'all go back, right, it's you know what I'm saying, it's on my lives. I was pissed off about that shit because to me personally, Billy Joe Saunders ain't looked like shit since he got popped on PEDs, right? He hasn't looked good to me since he got popped on PEDs. So I felt like I didn't want to fucking see Canelo fight Billy Joe Saunders next. But Billy Joe do got a belt, and the man say that he going after all the belts. He going for undisputed. So it is what it is. You're going to have to fight him anyway. You know what I'm saying? But what made me change, I was pissed off about this shit, right? But what made me change my tune is when he said after he beat Billy Joe, then he gonna fight Caleb Plant. I think that the Caleb Plant fight is a hell of a fight. I think that's a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a hell of a fight. And so after he said that shit, I was like, well, I got to get a man his props, right? He fighting more than everybody else, and he got him lined up. Ain't nobody else doing that, but nobody is lining up opponents like that. Fuck what weight class it is. Ain't nobody doing that, right? Except for Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo. Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo. They the only ones doing that shit. The rest of these motherfuckers is running around talking about what they gonna do and not doing none of it. They not doing it. Don't make me bring out my motherfucking duck list, because a lot of these fighters that y'all come out here calling great and they gonna do this, they ducking, right? You got fighters out there ducking Devin Haney. You got motherfuckers out there that did duck ducking Vasil Lomachenko. You got fighters that's, I mean, I can just go down the list and keep going on and on. Oh, Justin Washington. I loved it. I like I said, I didn't like the Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders fight. I'm not finna sit up here and lie in y'all face, but I love the Canelo and Caleb Plant fight. So I'm like, okay, if you go get that Plant with if you go get that smoke with Plant right after you fight Billy Joe, I gotta give you smoke. I mean, I gotta give you your props. You know what I'm saying? So Randall Bivens. Let me ask you, or no, not Randall. I'm gonna just ask everybody. I'm gonna just ask y'all, and y'all can answer this, right? If he goes and fight Caleb Plant, right? Are you gonna give him credit for fighting Caleb Plant, or are you gonna say that he a duck? Right? If he goes and fight Caleb Plant, are you going to give him credit, or are you going to still say, oh, well, he a duck? Or you ain't going to give him no credit for Caleb Plant neither? That's all I want to know. Justin Washington say most definitely got to give him credit. Joe the B say he get credit. I think T-Bar real good fight. Round of Business says Canelo has a plan and he's sticking to it. I like it. That's real talk. Cassandra Mason say, but Charlo and Andrade running behind Sal because he running from them. He should have been fought at least one of them. But I'm saying, who else are they fighting? You feel what I'm saying? You can't. Yeah, he should have been fought at least. He should have been fought both of them. Fuck one of them. He should have been fought both of them, Cassandra Mason. We can't. Nobody can sit up here and say that Canelo shouldn't have fought. Well, I'm going to say one of them. He should have already fought, and I'm going to say Jamal Charlo, right? But at the end of the day, you cannot, right? I can't, right? Okay. I cannot base my whole life and my whole career off of what somebody else is doing, right? You have to make your own way, right? So what are they doing to say, look, you know what I'm saying? He might be a little above me, you know, but I'm right behind him. You know what I'm saying? I'm catching up to where he ain't got no fucking choice but to have to see me because the fight is too big. What are they doing? They not doing nothing. Right? Look at the motherfucker that Jamal Charlo announced that he fighting. Look at who Dudu Andrade just got done fighting, having a tough fight with. What are they doing? You can't just keep saying, "Oh, well, he ducked," because these motherfuckers that he's ducking, they're not doing nothing either. Right? They're not doing nothing. Like, so when we talk about Batman, answer the question. All I'm asking you is answer the question. Batman, if he go and beat, right? If he go and fight my man Caleb Plant, are you gonna give him credit for Caleb Plant? Or are you gonna come on here and say the same shit when he fight Caleb Plant? That's all I want to know. That's it. Why Charlo, right? Why see y'all talking about this duck shit, right? Why Jamal Charlo ain't fighting Demetrius Andrade? Why they ain't fighting each other? Like I said, they can make their own way, but they not even fighting each other. So you sitting here talking about what Canelo ain't doing and he ain't did. Well, how come they not fighting each other? Like, you see what I'm saying? Y'all gotta make this shit make sense to me. And see, it sounds like, oh, he's just a huge Canelo fan. And I'm not. I like Jamal Charlo. I'm a much bigger fan of Jamal Charlo than I am Canelo Alvarez, right? I'm a much bigger fan of Jamal Charlo than I am Canelo Alvarez. But when I talk this boxing shit, I gotta keep it straight 150 with you. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Cut no corners. Just because see, if I came and just pick and choose who I talk bad about and who I talk good about just because I like them or if I don't like them, then I wouldn't be keeping it real to myself. I wouldn't be keeping it real to myself. Then I have to check myself. Randall Bivens says eliminate duck season, have all them Charlo, Andrade, and Benavidez fight each other, and the winner either gets Plant or Canelo. I mean, it's so much smoke to be gotten in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And so many fights to happen. You can't just tell me, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? After a while, you got to start. What is you doing to fucking make your own way? You know what I'm saying? What is you doing to make your own way? Justin Washington say exactly. They want big fights. They want that fight, but they not putting a fire under him and giving him no choice but to make it happen, right? So a lot of us come on here, right? And I say this myself. We said, motherfucking Terrence Crawford is saying, oh, this, and that with Errol Spence, 150-50, right? But then you look at his motherfucking resume and you say, a lot of people say, okay, what the fuck has he done to get 50-50, right? What is he doing? He got to do some shit to make his own way. That's the same shit with Jamal Charlo and fucking Demetrius Andrade, right? If this motherfucker don't fight you, well, then you got to do some shit to create your own road. Where people start looking and see, okay, hey, this motherfucker making noise. Like you making like Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, look who they didn't beat. Look who they fought. But if you ain't doing that, then now you got to start looking in the mirror like, what am I doing to create my own path? Now I got to stop. At some point, I got to stop looking at, oh, well, Canelo. You've been doing that shit since 154 pounds for the past 6-7 years now. Look where that shit got Bud Crawford running behind motherfucking Manny Pacquiao. Let's keep it 100. Look where that same shit, what we talking about right now, look where that got Terrence Bud Crawford chasing Manny Pacquiao for 6 or 7 years. But Manny Pacquiao then ran off, right? Left him at the altar again, finna fight somebody else and then retire. But you spent your whole motherfucking half of your career worried about what one man was doing. And the whole time you still ain't got no motherfucking top A-class level fighter on your resume. Because you spent all that time worried about what one fighter was doing. When you got hundreds and hundreds of fighters in the sport of boxing. Let me see. Cassandra Mason Queen, she say, you right, ETB. Can't sit around waiting on one fight or fighting irrelevant fights. Yeah, and Cassandra Queen, that's just like Triple G, right? He don't want to fight nobody unless it's Canelo. So all his fights is fighting some fucking trash bums, right? All his fights is fucking trash. He just picking anybody to fight and basing his whole career surrounded by, well, I want to fight Canelo again. Come on, bro. I mean, y'all said that Canelo was ducking Triple G, right? A lot of us said he was ducking Triple G for years. He moved up, fought Triple G, had to draw the first fight, and then came and clearly whooped his ass the second fight. We still didn't give him no credit. We still ain't gave him no credit. Like that's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Have Demetrius Andrade, right? Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo been talking shit, yapping back and forth for fucking years and years now. As long as they say they've been chasing Canelo, they've been supposed to be chasing each other. Daniel Jacobs and Jamal Charlo for years and years, right? They ain't never fought each other. So miss me with that bullshit about what Canelo ain't doing, because the rest of these motherfuckers, they ain't doing shit neither. He doing a lot more than they doing. I tell you that. You talking about, oh, well, when he move up and down in weight, he picking and choosing. Okay, they're not moving up and down. They ain't moving to 175. Why they ain't do it? Look how big Jamal Charlo is. Why he ain't move up to 175 and beat the shit out of Kovalev? Which I think that Kovalev shit was some bullshit. I think that Kovalev took a dive. The knockout was real, but I think that Kovalev went in there and he had his mind made up already that he was just going to go half speed, you know what I'm saying, to get a paycheck. But I don't think that Canelo had nothing to do with that. That's why that knockout was real. You can't fake no knockout like that. But like I said, when Canelo fights Plant, I'm rooting for Plant. Ain't no fucking doubt about it. And I think that Plant can beat him. But I'm giving him all the credit in the world for fighting somebody like Plant. And if he beat Plant, to me, like he a great ass fighter. To come from 147 to 168 and beat somebody like Caleb Plant, come on. Joe the Beast say facts. Make your own way like you was doing before you got in the top tier. Let the details of the resume speak. Right. John Perry said Jamal was the mandatory. He worked to get that fight. Who did Jamal? I mean, Jamal was the mandatory, right? He was the mandatory. But who the fuck did Jamal fight? Right? Who had Jamal fought? And I think that, don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. I think that Jamal Charlo, just because he was in the position that he was, right? And if you look at the other competition that Canelo was fighting at the time, when Jamal Charlo was his mandatory, right? And I'm looking at that shit, well, you fighting all these other motherfuckers, Chavez Jr. and all of that shit. Why the fuck you ain't fighting Jamal Charlo? So I had a problem with that, and I still have a problem with that. But you can't sit here and act like Jamal Charlo was just doing some fucking great shit to be put in a big-ass mega fight like that. Because he wasn't. He wasn't. But nor was Khan, nor was goddamn Kirkland. So, you know, like I said, these fighters, they're not moving right all the time. They just not. But the boxing, right? That's the fighter. See, and what y'all see all the time, right? This is what y'all see all the time. But y'all only call it out when it's certain fighters, right? And Batman, you didn't complain about this shit yourself. You didn't talk about how pussy a lot of these fighters is moving, right? You didn't complain about it plenty of times yourself, Batman, right? So what you see, right, is boxing, right, as a sport overall, right? They let certain fighters move real funny and duck, right? If they changed the sport of boxing, we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? You got a belt, he your mandatory. It ain't no fucking way around it. You either gonna fight this man or you're not gonna have no fucking belt. We're not gonna let you maneuver around and do this, and that. And another thing they need to stop doing, right? Is stop making these fucking phantom goddamn these mandatories come these fucking bombs, right? Like Ocampo. Stop making bombs be put in the position of a mandatory. Like, how the fuck is a goddamn Carlos El Campo a mandatory for anybody belt? You see what I'm saying? So they need to change boxing. They need to, if you fight your way up to the number one spot, that's what it is. And when he fight his way up, right, fighting all of the best fighters, and he fight his way up to the number one spot, and we make him mandatory, the champion don't have no choice. So it ain't no fucking ducking. So a lot of these fighters is doing that shit. They skipping around. So we're not going to just single one fighter out. Because then, you know what I'm saying, we ain't keeping it 100. A lot of these fighters is moving like that. Cassandra say, now why you keep bringing up Triple G? I can't defend the way he moving. He on his way out the door. Yeah, but my thing is his whole career was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole different story for a whole nother time. But anyway, let's talk about this Floyd Mayweather, right? Let's talk about this Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul, Jake Paul situation, right? let's talk about this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? I got your hat. I got your hat. Let's talk about this situation because I'm looking at it, right? And I'm like, oh, this shit is staged. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this shit is staged. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at it and I'm like, you know, Mayweather, he's a marketing genius. You know what I'm saying? And then you put Mayweather in there with the Paul brothers. They fucking marketing geniuses, right? They couldn't have got to where they got now without being marketing geniuses, right? So I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is all fucking a part of the, you know, build the fight, right? This is all a part of building the fight, right? This is all planned, right? But then I look, right? Then I'm looking at the footage, right? I see Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Right? And I felt the same way that you did, Batman. But then I'm looking at it, right? And I see Mayweather then lump dude up. I see Mayweather take off on him. Bam! Hit him square in this shit, right? I see Mayweather hit Jake Paul, or Logan Paul square in his shit. So then I start thinking, like, damn, did you know what I'm saying, did Mayweather really get pissed off? I said, because if my head was looking like Mayweather's head was, hey, I'd be mad in the motherfucker too. I'm gonna fight. If you snatch my hat off and my head is looking like Floyd Mayweather's head, right? Floyd Mayweather was, hey, his shit was fucked off, right? I'm mad in the motherfucker. I want to kill everybody in sight. You snatch my hat off and my head looking like that, you know what I'm saying? He in the middle of a hair transplant, you know what I'm saying? He still got 3 more stages to go in his hair transplant, and you gonna snatch his fucking hat, you gonna snatch his hat off? Oh yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, my thing is that what Sheena say, Floyd should have worn his cap backwards. It wouldn't be so easy for Jake to take it. Hey, but see, Jake Paul had that shit planned already, because right after that shit happened, he had merchandise. I got your hat merchandise on his website. So he already had that shit planned. He knew what he was going to do. He knew what he was going to do. So my thing is that, was it just a publicity stunt, right? And it was a plan on the Paul brothers? Did they have it planned? Or Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying? Or because we know that they had that shit planned. It was a publicity stunt on their part. But my thing is, did Floyd know about that shit? Did Floyd know about that shit? Because I can't see Floyd Mayweather agreeing to somebody snatching his hat off the way his motherfucking head was looking, right? I can't see Floyd Mayweather agreeing to that shit the way his fucking head was looking. My dude was in the middle of a hair transplant. You know what I'm saying? You only on your fucking you at the second stage of your hair transplant, and you got 3 more stages to go. You not snatching my shit off my head. hey, that shit funny as hell. Randall Bivens says that's like another woman taking another woman's wig off. Yeah, you didn't snatch that man. Hey, so I think that, like I said, if I was Floyd Mayweather and my shit was looking like his, hey, yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad as hell. Motherfucking head look like a chicken coming out the wound and shit. Young Murr, the cut man, say it was real because you be looking crazy when you get too mad in public. He said you be hot. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you snatch my hat off in public and my head looking like that. Oh yeah, them is fighting. It's time to get busy. Hey, Cassandra Mason said, yeah, I don't think Floyd was in that skit for real. Hey, got your hat. Hey, you know what would have been funny if he had been like, got your hat. Look at his head. Hey, look at his head. Jake Paul say Debo like he say Debo like on Friday. That's my hat, punk. For real, hey, that nigga Floyd Mayweather should have put some super glue on that bitch the way his head was looking. For real, that shit remind me of back in the day we was in a strip club, right? And I had a homeboy, right? And this motherfucker had a head like Tony Harrison, like real talk. I had a homeboy that had a head like Tony Harrison, and I'm gonna show y'all Tony Harrison without the hat on. Watch, so y'all know what I'm talking about. My partner had a head like Tony Harrison, but he always wore a hat. You would never see him take his hat off. Like never see him. He wouldn't take his hat off for nobody. I used to tell that motherfucker, I say, dog, what you do when you go get your shit? You know what I'm saying? Because he had a receding hairline. He had a George Jefferson, but he used to go to the barber. He used to go to the barber to get his shit shaved, right? So I said, what you do when you go to your barber? I said, do you cut a hole in your hat and just say, you know what I'm saying, just go ahead and shave it? Like, cause he would never take his hat off, right? So I'm gonna show y'all what Tony Harrison looked like. Hold on. And Tony Harrison, my dude, but that motherfucker, Tony got a head on him. Tony got a head on him, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a picture with Tony Harrison. Let me see. Hold on. I got y'all right here. Hold on. Motherfucker, Tony got a head on him. This picture don't really do no justice, but this motherfucker, y'all get the point. My partner had a Tony Harrison head. You never seen him without a hat off. He would never take his hat off for nobody. He won't take it. He'll fight you if you try to pull his hat off, right? He wouldn't take his hat off for nobody. So we in the strip club, and the girl get to dancing on him and shit, and she gonna snatch his hat off and put it on her head. Man, I ain't never seen him spaz out like that in my life. Dude got to tripping. Dude spazzed out in the strip club, right? And he picked her up and threw her off of him. It was like, don't ever touch my hat. Hey, that was Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? That was Floyd Mayweather. Floyd was hot. Like, how you gonna take my hat off and I'm in the middle of my goddamn hair transplant procedure? Hey, yeah, got that, you know what I'm saying? Man, Floyd shit was fucked off. It's like, man, and how you got your shit looking like that, and you a billionaire. You a billionaire and your head looking like that? Motherfucker, you got a barber that travel with you and your head is looking like that. That's how I'm telling y'all. That's how I know he in the middle of a hair transplant procedure and he can't touch it. He can't get no haircut right now. And he had told Jake Paul. See, what happened is Floyd had went to Jake Paul, right? And he like, look, we're gonna get in each other's face and we gonna, you know what I'm saying, do a little scuffle. He was like, but make sure my hat don't fall off. He said, make sure my hat don't fall off. You know what I'm saying? When we get in the scuffle, make sure my hat don't fall off. And Jake Paul and them, they like, yeah, you okay, bet. He was like, yeah, we gonna make sure, you know what I'm saying? We gonna pretend like we scuffling, but I'm gonna make sure that I don't knock your hat off doing everything. And Floyd like, yeah, because, you know, I'm in the middle of this hair transplant right now, and I can't let nobody see my head like this. My shit fucked up right now. So he was like, I got you, Floyd. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make it look real good. So they got in each other's face, and motherfucking Jake Paul, being the dude he is, the first thing he do, you know what I'm saying? They already had talked about it. So Jake Paul was like, you know what? Fuck Floyd. I'm gonna snatch his hat off his head, get this merchandise printed up because I'm gonna snatch his hat off his head, right? So they get in each other's face. You know what I'm saying? They already had the shit planned out. And bam, Jake Paul snatched that hat off and Floyd Mayweather flipped out. Motherfucker, I told you I was in the middle of a hair transplant. I told you I couldn't let nobody see my head like that. He flipped out. Hey, now he really want to get that work. You know what I'm saying? He really want to get that work now. Shout out to Barbershop Conversations in the building. Shout out to Barbershop. He say, speaking the truth to power. What's good with it? Yeah, man. Hey, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Jake told him everything gonna be all good. Floyd and lied to him. He lied to him. Hey, so you know, and now hey, Floyd flipped out. Because if you see, I seen the video, right, and they showing the footage where Floyd took off on him. Bam! Stuck him right in this shit. But Jake Paul, he laughing like he wanted that shit to happen. He like, motherfucker, I'm a marketing genius. I already had the hats and everything made up. This shit planned, it turned out just like I plotted. You mad, right? You mad. You out here mad, but I'm finna make millions off of snatching your fucking hat off. Got your hat. Hey, that shit is genius. Hey, Young Murr said that nigga Jake lied and said, I got you, Floyd. Troll that nigga real quick. Yeah, trolled him. Cassandra Mason says, that's exactly how it went. Jake went off script. Yeah, Jake went off script on his ass. Like, man, we gonna do this. We gonna make sure at anything you do, Jake, make sure that you don't touch my hat. My shit fucked up right now, Jake. You know what I'm saying? I'm right. I got 2 more procedures. I got to go see my doctor 2 more times before my hair transplant is right. You know what I'm saying? Before my hair transplant is 100% done, I got 2 more procedures. Right now, I'm in between procedures, so my shit real fucked up right now. Hey, and y'all think I'm just saying this. I got some homeboys that did have that shit happen, that did have that hair transplant procedure, right? So they have a period to where they can't get no haircut and they shit fucked up, right? They can't get no haircut. They just gotta let that shit look wild. And that's the stage he was in. He was in that period where his shit had to just look wild. That's why he ain't got no haircut. I'm trying to tell y'all. Sheena say that's just straight up disrespectful. That's why I don't like to face off too close for comfort. Hey, that shit was funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie. That's like some shit I do. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I'm the type of dude that gonna do some shit like that to get under your skin. Hey, Slick T say I need my Jake Paul hat. I ain't got no fucking sense, so I'm gonna do some shit like that and be laughing about it. Floyd, no Jake. He said Floyd, no Jake the type to do something goofy. Y'all think Floyd gave him ammunition? Hey, for real. Young Murr, the cut man, say that nigga was so mad he forgot he was dressed like a 10-year-old at a Dolphins game. Oh shit. He said Floyd was dressed like a 10-year-old at a Dolphins game. Hey, y'all, you stupid as hell. Hey, my nigga stupid as hell. He said Floyd was dressed like a 10-year-old at a Dolphins game. Man. Oh shit, Batman! I just seen you right now, Batman. I didn't see you text. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you the link, Batman. That link is for Batman. Batman, it's in the comment section. What's good with you, Coach? What's happening with you, Coach? Coach say, Jake wrote a check. Logan asked can't cash. And see, and this was another question, right? Do y'all think that Jake Paul is basically, you know what I'm saying, outshining his brother? Because it was Logan Paul that's supposed to be fighting Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Now ain't nobody even talking about Logan Paul. It's like Logan Paul don't even exist. Everybody talking about Jake Paul and Mayweather. So What y'all think about that shit, right? Do y'all think that Jake Paul is making this whole event about himself? You know what I'm saying? Because I was reading reports, whether it's true or not, I was reading reports that Logan Paul is pissed off about that whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Logan Paul was like, you know, telling this brother, like, man, you need to chill out, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm Jake Paul, right? If I'm Jake Paul, and I know my brother Logan Paul got the biggest event. I'm not going to call it a fight, the biggest event of his career, and this is his time to shine. I think it's disrespectful if I make it about myself. You feel me? Now the whole event, motherfuckers, people forgetting that it's Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather fighting. The whole event now is about what happened between Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather. So what do y'all think about that shit? Do you think that he's outshining his brother? Hey, Young Murr said them shorts was like John Stockton's joints. Hey, they was. Hey, you ain't lying though. Randall Bivens says, but that took some balls to take his hat off when he was surrounded by Mayweather's bodyguard. And he ain't care. He ain't care. Jake Paul, he gonna do whatever it is to get that bag. And like I said, he had that shit plotted out already. He already had it planned out. So he's like, shit, fuck it. I'll take a whooping to get these millions because I already got the merchandise. So I'm here now. I already got the merchandise. I got the whole shit plotted out. Hey, I'm already here. It is what it is. I'll suffer the consequences, but I'm gonna get paid. And that shit is genius. Cassandra said, you right. Ain't nobody talking about Logan. Yeah, he took all the shine off of his brother. Hey, coach say Floyd will punish him for the sins of his brother. Now, right? Floyd said that he'll fight both of them in the same night. Do y'all think that's what they lead them to? Is having Floyd fight both of them? Because Floyd will whoop both of them. Floyd would definitely whoop both of them in the same night. If he want to, Floyd to go and stop both of them. Do y'all think? And I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Logan Paul, he's bigger than Jake Paul, but Logan Paul he can't fight like Jake. Jake Paul is a much better fighter than Logan Paul is. Mike Oxwell says, "Yo, bro, do you still have those? What the fuck, man? Get this fucking clown out of here." Nah, but I got your mama wet panties in my fucking room right now. That's what I do got. Because she left them over here, faggot. Anyway, J.A. Dixon Jake Paul is a jackass character. Hey, dude, funny though. Sheena say Jake shouldn't have to have gone that far with Floyd bodyguards there. Hey, he gonna get paid. Like I said, it's a genius move. You feel what I'm saying? That's a genius move because he actually did what he planned to do and already had the merchandise ready. Y'all don't understand how genius this dude is. He had the merchandise ready, and you don't think that shit is going to get him millions and sell out? Everybody around the world is talking about that. You got people that never fuck with Jake Paul saying, I need to go get that hat. I need to go to his website and buy that hat. That's genius. That's a genius marketing scheme. Macadocious Mac of the South, he say, have a brief intermission in between the fights. Floyd would beat both in one night. Yeah, he'll whoop both of them in one night. And he don't even have to have an intermission. He can whoop one, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, if you look at the Conor McGregor shit, right? He was carrying Conor McGregor, right? He just carried Conor McGregor to put on the show to make it look good for the fans. You know what I'm saying? He could have got Conor McGregor up out of there real fast, right? He carried him. So with this, he don't got to carry, you know what I'm saying? Say he fight Logan Paul first, right? He ain't got to carry Logan Paul. He get him up out of there real quick. stay in the ring, and have motherfucking Jake Paul come through them ropes and then whoop his ass. That's all he got to do. Man, shit. Motherfucker got a cold. J.A. Dixon says a few weeks ago, Jake Paul was at a UFC championship event and the crowd was yelling, fuck Jake Paul. He's going to do big numbers his next fight. Oh, yeah. But like I said, he still might fight Floyd Mayweather in the same night that his brother do. Because Floyd told him, he said, you know what I'm saying, let's get the contract ready. You know what I'm saying? I'll beat both of y'all in the same night. I'll fight both of y'all in the same night. And Floyd will. Floyd don't give a man, come on now. Floyd looking at them as fucking food. Floyd knows neither one of them dudes can fuck with him. And see, don't get it twisted. Y'all seen Floyd how in good a shape he is. Y'all seen how in good a shape he is. Floyd is always, it don't matter who he fight, he gonna train. He gonna train like he fighting a top A-level professional fighter, professional boxer. It don't matter who he fight. You dig what I'm saying? Mark Jasper, what's happening with it? He say, yo, dude, salute LDBC. He said, you see the boxing Jedi was saying about this channel, dude, you got beef with him. Man, if y'all don't go somewhere with that bullshit, dog, go ahead and block you. Make another account and come back. Anyway, J.A. Dixon says, fuck it, I think they should do it 2 for 1. I think that's how they should. I think they should have Logan Paul and Floyd fight first, right? When he beat the shit out of Logan Paul, I think that they should have Jake Paul right there waiting and have his ass, you know, jump through the ropes and get that smoke. You know what I'm saying? Have his ass jump through the ropes and get that smoke. Line him up like back on the schoolyard. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, line him up. You dig? Yeah. But I don't know, you know what I'm saying? If I like real talk, if I was Jake Paul, if I was Logan Paul, I feel some type of way. If I was Logan Paul, or Logan Paul got to give him half of that shit, half of the proceeds. Okay, you got that merchandise, you took my shine, bro. Hey, but you know, we gonna both get this money together. We gonna both get this money together, you know. Cause hey, don't nobody even hardly know Logan Paul's name no more. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You don't hear shit about Logan Paul. It's all about Jake. Now more people want to see, and this is the thing, right? He straight up took all the shine off of his bro, right? Because tell me who y'all want to see fight more now. Logan Paul or Jake Paul against Floyd. I don't even care about seeing, all of it is some bullshit to me. But if I had to pick who I wanted to see, right? I want to see Jake Paul against Floyd more than I would Logan Paul. And I'm pretty sure that most people feel that way. Ain't nobody even giving a damn about Logan Paul now. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, dog. Make another account, homie. Go make another account, homie. Hold on. Dust yourself off and go try again. Anyway, Jay Cooley said it's a circus. Yeah, it is. It's some bullshit. But you know, Floyd about that bag. Floyd gonna get in where he fit in. If he see an opening where he could get millions upon millions, he gonna get that. He gonna get that. You know. But one thing I gotta say is I don't fuck with Floyd. I fucked with Floyd as a fighter inside the ring when he was a professional fighter, but outside the ring, I don't fuck with Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And I let that be known. But you got to give it to him because at the end of the day, he built his name and he built his career to where he is one of the only fighters that could go get a bag anytime he wants to. You know what I'm saying? And he did that off of hard work, dedication, and being the best in the sport in his era, right? He did all of that. You know what I'm saying? And you can't hate on the hard work that he put in the sport and everything that he's done in the sport of boxing. So, you know, he earned that position. He did earn that position. J.A. Dixon says, what I don't want to see is Floyd hair like that again, reminding me of the runaway slave from Django. Hey, you crazy as hell. You crazy as hell. Hey, man, he was out there looking bad. His shit was bad. J.A. Dixon say, people kill me saying Floyd already have enough money. Yeah, because you don't hear motherfuckers saying, oh, well, Elon Musk, he got enough money already. Or Warren Buffett or none of these motherfuckers. It ain't up to me to say what a man got. You know what I'm saying? It ain't up to me to say what a man got. Because, see, what people don't realize is Floyd got hundreds and hundreds of employees that's on his payroll. So Floyd, along with all the residual income that he has coming in with all of his different businesses and portfolio in his real estate portfolio and everything that he has, Floyd still has to continue to generate money, right? He still has to continue to generate money because he has hundreds and hundreds of employees that's on his payroll, right? That depend on him to eat. So so we can't say, you know what I'm saying, oh, he got enough money already, because you ain't saying it about these other motherfuckers out here. What do I think about Wallen? You talking about Otto Wallen? He's solid. I think he's a solid fighter. Yeah, but anyway, y'all hit that like button. Y'all make sure that y'all smash on that like button. Make sure that y'all smash on that like button. I appreciate everybody for coming through, you know, showing love, everybody in the building, you know, great show again. And like I said, smash on that like button. And we got a hell of a weekend coming up, y'all. We got a hell of a weekend. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm out.
They're senior in no department. Speed, power, chance, heart, none.
Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Real talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like Ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time that Lester been black and eyes like Debo.
Like Debo?
And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my evil spins, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8. And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I fuck around, not wear my crown. Fuck around, not wear my crown. Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There you go, talking that boxing again. This trio talk like fight fan. There you go, talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight